Good afternoon, everybody. Big Mike back here with you once again. Welcome back to Big Mike Talks, where today I'm going to be doing a pretty different video. It's still going to be wrestling, but it's going to be a video inspired by a thread that was going down this over the weekend, started by Paul Walker Hauser. If you don't know who that is, he played the Mole Man in the recent Fantastic Four First Steps movie. He is also a avid wrestler. Not even just a fan, he's wrestling. Wrestles for MLW, Progress, I think a couple other smaller promotions. And, that's actually kind of the point of his thread. As it's the independent wrestlers I'd sign if I owned an independent wrestling promotion. And he did have some interesting talent on his list. And while I didn't jump on the trend at the time, I figured it'd make a neat little video. And maybe introduce some of you to some underrated wrestlers that you could probably go check out. So I'm going to go through this list. It's going to be relatively quick. And I'm going to give a little blurb on why I'd be signing them. So I'm going to keep it to 10. I think Paul Walker Hauser and a couple others had some more. But for now, I'm going to keep it to 10. Maybe I'll make this into a series. And also, another rule. This is purely independent promotions. So no like WWE, AEW. TNA is kind of on the fence, but I think that doesn't count. Nothing from like CMLL or New Japan. I'm focusing on just the independents. So, come on this ride with me. And let's get into this one. My number 10, it's actually a tag team. It's Kevin Ku and Dominic Garrini. Violence is Forever. I actually found out about this team in MLW when they were in Team Filthy. They were absolutely athletic. And they kind of reminded me of Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin when they were a tag team. Like young, hungry, and honestly just different enough to be interesting. Now, will these two be my initial tag team champions? Personally, I don't think so, but I think they would be fun in the chase. Number 9, a bit of an unknown if you're outside of some circles. It's Tarzan Duran. Now, who this is, I first saw him in a promotion called GTS Wrestling. Shout out to Grim and his crew. And he's got this like wild man persona. He's kind of part Donnie from the Wild Thornberrys. If you don't know, that's an old cartoon, which shows my age, which shouldn't surprise you at this point. And kind of not the live action, not the animated Tarzan, but like the live action one from like 100 years ago. He's kind of goofy, but also he's got like this killer instinct that you need to be aware of. I feel like this character would work well for an independent promotion, and I'm surprised he hasn't been signed to anything a little bit bigger. But I would say that I'd say definitely an outside the box pick, because while he is a good wrestler, apparently he does have some baggage that I won't go into. Number 8. Honestly, I just picked this guy because I like his personality. It's Big Trouble Ben Bishop. If you don't know who he is, he's pretty much an internet star right now. He's got the Tribal Keith character going. He's just a fun character to watch. I've seen a couple of his matches, and while they're not, Will Ospreay-esque, they're honestly really good. And I might make him my mid-card champion, or even an internet champion. Let's put it there. Yeah. Number 7, I just put him in here because I miss seeing him on my TV. It's the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham. He was on later Pandemic Ring of Honors, and he was the champion when Tony Khan bought it. But they had some issues. But I feel like he's been kind of killing it on the independents recently. Especially for Game Changer Wrestling, which, surprised he went there. But, he's just a very entertaining wrestler. He's kind of on the level of a Kurt Angle. Just very wrestling-centric. But he does have a very interesting personality. I may make him my world champion. But that's just on me. Next up, little shout out to the ladies. In which, for right now, I don't have a ton of them on there, because I'll explain it another day. I'm going with Charlie, formerly known as Dakota Kai. She recently got back into the wrestling. I want to say it was either in January or it was late last year. So, good to see her back. I am surprised AEW didn't get her yet. I do believe she's AEW bound, but as long as she's still free, I could definitely bring her in. She counts. Number 5. A guy I am surprised isn't in TNA or NWA or something. It's Alex Kane, the suplex machine, suplex assassin. This dude is honestly really underrated. He had a really awesome run in MLW, and then he just kind of fell out. I don't know what happened between him and MLW, but yeah, like I said, another person I'm surprised isn't in a TNA or an NWA or something. I feel like he would be a perfect fit there. But in terms of, a fun, entertaining, energetic wrestler, any independent promotion would be awesome to bring him in. Number 4. This person actually just became a free agent from TNA. She just asked for her release from her contract, and she got it. That's Dani Luna. Which I am very surprised that she did so, although I'm not really that surprised. They have been kind of dancing around her being a top person, which is, it's a shame. She should have been Knockouts champion in TNA, but now that she's a free agent, I think she counts. But I don't think she's going to be a free agent for long. I feel like she's AEW bound sooner rather than later. Number 3, going back to the tag scene. And this is going to be an interesting one. They're currently in House of Glory. They've done stuff in MLW. Midas Black had a one-off match so far in NWA, in which I figured they'd be a shoo-in for the Crockett Cup, but I guess not. It's the main event, which, honestly, first time I saw these two, I was immediately enamored. They have a really fun mix of high-flying and also just mat wrestling between the two. And I feel like they could be a fun first tag team champions of mine. Number 2, bit of an interesting pick, I think, but I think he's a top of a lot of people's list. It's Richard Holiday. Now, I first started watching Richard Holiday in his time with MLW. He was kind of the third wheel of the stable known as Dynasty, in which it was MJF and Alex Hammerstone. So he kind of felt like a bit of a third wheel. Now he's kind of breaking out on his own. He's kind of feeling like his own man, and it's awesome. And of course, it doesn't help. It helps that his finisher move is a low blow. So that's honestly really funny. It's memorable. And he's just a guy that oozes personality, I feel like. He's a guy who could be a big star for any promotion in the near future. And number 1 is a guy who went viral like a couple years ago, but now has kind of quietly slid back into the background. It's Luigi Primo. If you don't know who this guy is, he's a wrestler, but his gimmick is that he's a pizza maker. So he comes to the ring and wrestles while also flipping dough around, which, honestly, that's awesome. I've seen a couple of his matches, too. While I'll admit he's not the best wrestler, I feel like if any promotion gets him under contract, I feel like they got a built-in fan base to increase attendance, increase viewership. So, yeah, that is my top 10 independent wrestlers I'd sign if I owned an independent wrestling company. That's going to do it for me. Let me know the 10 or so independent wrestlers you'd sign if you owned an independent wrestling company. I may make this into a series in the near future because, honestly, I love this idea. And it gets, it gets people looking for some outside-the-box talent. So, yeah, that's going to do it. Tomorrow is going to be regularly scheduled programming for the channel. And until that time, happy wrestling, everybody. Peace.